the ancient city of Balkh, the palace of King Gushtasp shimmered under the midday sun. Marble pillars glowed white, and curtains of crimson silk swayed in the warm breeze. Upon a golden throne sat Gushtasp, a king robed in splendor, yet poisoned by ambition. Around him, courtiers bowed low, their eyes fearful, their words honeyed. Though his kingdom stretched from the Oxus to the sea, one man's glory eclipsed his own, his son, Esfandiar, the invincible champion of Iran. And deep within the king's heart, pride turned slowly into envy. Esfandiar entered the royal hall, tall, noble, and radiant as dawn. His armor shone like molten silver, each step echoing with the calm confidence of a man born for greatness. He had freed the innocent from their chains, conquered wicked kings, and carried the flag of Iran through fire and storm. The people called him the Son of Light, chosen by the divine. But beneath the glory, he sought one thing only, his father's love and trust. And on that day, he would receive neither. Gushtasp rose, his face a mask of cold majesty. Esfandiar, he declared, his voice filling the chamber like thunder. If you wish to prove your loyalty, if you wish to earn your throne, go forth and bring me Rostam of Zabul, alive or dead. The hall fell silent. Courtiers exchanged horrified glances. Rostam, the Lion of Iran, savior of kings and defender of truth, was a name sacred to every Persian heart. To challenge him was to challenge fate itself. Yet the king's command was law, and disobedience was treason. Esfandiar bowed his head, the air around him heavy as stone. He knew his father's words were born of jealousy, not justice. But he was bound by honor, by faith, and by the chains of royal duty. He turned to the throne, voice steady, but eyes filled with sorrow. If this is the will of my king and the will of Ahura Mazda, I shall obey. As he left the hall, his golden armor glinted like a flame that would soon consume two heroes of legend. That night, in the quiet of the royal garden, Esfandiar sat with his mother, Katayu. The moonlight shimmered on the pool before them. Tears welled in her eyes as she whispered, "My son, your father sends you not to glory, but to death." Esfandiar smiled gently, his voice calm. "Mother, a prince does not choose his path. The gods have written it already." He kissed her hands, rose to his feet, and looked at the stars. Their cold, distant light, reflecting the fate he could not escape. At sunrise, the plains outside Balkh roared with the sound of war. Esfandiar's army assembled, ranks of soldiers clad in steel, banners of gold fluttering in the wind. War horns echoed across the valleys, and the earth trembled beneath the hooves of 1,000 horses. At their head rode Esfandiar, proud, resolute, yet haunted by doubt. He whispered a prayer to the Almighty, "Grant me strength, for I march not for conquest, but for truth." And with that, the army moved, a river of iron flowing toward destiny. Days later, as the army crossed a desolate plain, an old man appeared on the horizon, a hermit draped in white robes, his beard shining like snow. He raised his hand to stop the prince. "Turn back, son of Iran," the old man said, voice trembling with age and wisdom. "The road you walk leads only to sorrow. The one you seek, Rostam, is not your enemy, but your reflection." Esfandiar bowed in respect. "I thank you, wise one, but the command of my father is the command of heaven." And he rode on, leaving the prophet in silence beneath the burning sun. Far to the south, the land of Zabul unfolded like a tapestry of stone and sky. Snow-capped mountains guarded emerald valleys, and among them stood the citadel of Rostam, forged of rock, guarded by warriors, its walls bearing scars of countless victories. Inside, Rostam trained with his men, his laughter echoing across the courtyard. He was older now, his beard streaked with silver, but his strength unbroken. He had fought demons, dragons, and tyrants, yet he knew, deep within, his greatest trial still awaited him. Messengers came, breathless and pale. Lord Rostam, Esfandiar, the Prince of Iran, marches towards Zabul, with an army at his back. Rostam's eyes darkened. The prince comes not as friend, then. No, my lord, he carries the king's decree. The hero looked to the horizon, the wind rising, the sky burning with the colors of dusk. Then fate has chosen its path, he said softly. And for the first time in many years, his heart grew heavy. That night, from the walls of his citadel, Rostam gazed out into the valley. In the far distance, torches flickered like stars descending to earth. The army of Esfandiar had arrived. Beside him stood his brother, Zavareh, silent and grim. Tomorrow, Rostam said, a guest will cross our gate. Whether he comes with peace or with sword, we shall meet him as warriors do, with honor. The moon rose high, casting silver light upon the land. And as the night deepened, destiny whispered once more, for two heroes of Iran were now bound to meet, and only one would return.